I'll call the Board of Water Wastewater Commissioners to order for July 15th, 9 a.m. at the Harwich Water Department. We have 4 members of the board and 1 on the way, so we definitely have a quorum. And with that, I would ask for any public comment. None heard. The minutes for June 24th will be held till next meeting. Hi, Judith.
Sorry.
And I'll put on the record that we just had Commissioner Underwood arrive, so we have a completely full board. So the next item of business will be an abatement for 21 Alder Lane. I don't know if was Wellesley going to step in, Tracy, do you know?
I don't believe that she was planning on it.
Okay.
This looks pretty strange.
I mean, it looks like a new customer who got a little confused about her billing cycle and has had a couple of late fees applied. It does look like she got the one-time late fee allowance back in August of last year. So I guess she just has to get her billing cycle straightened out. So this is for, looks like 2 late fees totaling $50.
My sense is that she has to learn at some point, so I would probably lean towards denying it.
Will you
You
make
guys-
that a motion?
I'll make a motion, we deny it. She's had enough time.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye, so 5-0. Okay. Now, we have kind of a lengthy agenda, although some of the items aren't long. But I'm wondering if we should move, we denied it.
Okay, well, just in case you need
Yep.
any backup, but it sounds like you're in good shape.
Yeah,
All
very
right,
good.
thank you, Wellesley.
You're welcome.
I'm wondering if we should take these a little out of order. Should we take the one with Mark, maybe, the sewer?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so with the board's permission, we will take new business item F up first, which is the updated sewer regulations for grinder pumps.
Want me to give an overview?
That would be great.
So I'm gonna just tell you about 3 general categories of changes that are in here. So one of them is we did enhance or really upgrade the grinder pump right up in this document.
And that is the sewer regs that you're holding?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we also added a section on what you can and cannot put down the drain, which is important given some recent happenings in the town. So,
Okay.
and I can talk in more detail about these. So those are 2 big changes that we made. We also then sent the document to KP and had them look at it. I primarily sent it to them to look at the changes we made, which they did look at, but they also looked at a little bit more and made some little changes, nothing big, just some small changes. The third item is that I had noticed that there was a formatting issue with, at least with the table of contents. And so I gave it to my admin and said, hey, can you just take a look at the formatting of this? And so she corrected that formatting issue in the table of contents, but she also found some other items that I could talk about. Okay, so those are the 3 primary things. All right. As far as the grinder pump, and we're not looking for approval today. This is an overview. So I think you all have it. We left everything in track changes. So the grinder pumps start on page 10. So this is a new section. Grinder pumps were very briefly mentioned in a later section, so they really weren't covered very well before. So this is a brand-new section, and, you know, we worked on this with town administration, because the town administration does pay for the pumps, so it's, all right. But, you know, your portion of this is we want to make sure that the homeowner knows they have to maintain it. Town's going to be buying the pumps, but I think, Jason, they're going to come here to get them. I don't know if that's been worked out.
Yeah, they'll come to this department. They'll either be here or somewhere else.
So there's some shared responsibility with this.
And the warranty is for how long?
So as long as the homeowner has the pump installed by someone certified by the manufacturer, and there is training in the documents in the bid, okay, then it's a 5-year warranty. All right, as long as they have it. If not, I think it's a 2-year warranty.
Was anything worked out? It was brought up before. Some towns, even though they don't pay for it, they may pay for it or not, but some towns organize an arrangement with a repair or maintenance firm to at least be able to tell the public, you know, we don't pay for it, but I can't really use the word recommend, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. So we do have so we did put this out for bid, and we only got one bidder. It's a company called E1, which is a pretty common pump on the Cape. The local company that supplies E1 does do maintenance. So, you know, there's a couple of ways to do this. We could provide, you know, something on
Reference numbers on our website or
Or
something
informational.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, any warranty work that needs to be performed, call up, you know.
These are the people that do it.
And that's exactly it. We can say these are people who do it. We don't really
We don't
say we
know.
recommend it
Right.
because we're not, yeah, but we could say,
during the warranty, I mean, I'd be surprised if there wasn't a sticker put on the panel by the
Okay.
manufacturer, because it's gonna have a warranty, and they're gonna wanna at least be the first line of contact anyway, you know?
Another question is, the bid went out, I thought the bid was just for the Phase 2 pumps. Is that true?
That's correct.
Okay, and was the price around 6,300?
It was around that. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't remember it being A1, that's why I was confused.
Yeah.
So that means that there'll be another bid going out for the Phase 3 documents. Okay.
Yeah, the money that was, there was money set aside for Phase 2. The time to put it out for bid is closer to when you need it, so that's
Yeah.
why we put it out for this one now, so,
Okay.
for Phase 2, sorry, now.
Well, until I read it, I don't have it.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, like I said, I'm not looking for you to make any
Right.
decisions today, so.
But I do have a few other questions about what you said.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you mentioned, excuse me, some augmentation to like what goes down the drain. And I do remember, I did a little research on sewer regs this weekend. And I was trying to find better language to use for our grease trap section. Would what you're talking about be combined with the language about grease traps, or is that a separate issue?
I would say it's separate.
Okay.
If you wanted to enhance the grease trap, that would probably be, I didn't look at that part in here.
Right. All right.
So I didn't look through all the regs.
Right, no, no.
We,
Believe me, I didn't look at
Okay,
all
you didn't.
63 pages either, just spot.
so the
Mhm.
reason we looked at what you should throw down the drain is because of an issue we're having in Bay Road. So
Ah,
I think that
okay.
you having, so, and it's not just that, so I wrote some of these starting 8 years ago. Whenever I have an opportunity to look at regs, I start to try and add this in, because it at least gives you the opportunity to, it's not gonna prevent people necessarily from putting something down the drain, but allows you to at least go and say, you're not doing the right
Right,
thing, you
right.
know? And you didn't have that in here before, so it makes it hard, so.
Also, the staff you know, they're very interested, obviously, in the whole process, brought a few other items up to me. And they were things that they felt that should be added to our sewer regs to mirror our water regs more. The types of things we're talking about would be sewer markouts, if anybody ever wants to extend the sewer main, and any tapping fees for sewer. But, so I tried to look for those areas in the lengthy regs, and I couldn't really locate them. That doesn't mean they're not there, but I couldn't locate them. So then I was looking at our rate and fees list, and I don't really know, Jason will know better, but I'm wondering if some of those items, like the tap fees and things like that, maybe they're not necessarily in our regs, maybe they just get added to our rate structure. I'm not really sure.
Yes, they would be added to our rate structure and be a part of.
Yeah, because I also noticed, like, I'm not sure if we even added on yet an irrigation meter. If somebody wants an irrigation meter, you know, this is our latest fee schedule. So I guess what I'm saying with all of this is while we're doing this, we certainly want to encompass all of the possibilities. So I'd like to make sure wherever it falls, I'll let Jason decide that those things are, you know, at least quickly looked at, and if it's possible to add them, if they belong in the regs, fine, or if they belong just on our rate list, fine, would be one thing, as along with any new language regarding drains, maybe, and grease traps. And all I know about grease traps is I remember when we did this like 3 years ago, Dan said, oh, that's right, we have to look at grease traps. Beyond that, that's all I remember.
Okay.
So, I don't.
I know a lot about them.
Oh, yeah. And I did go to the DEP 310 CMR and read that and all that, but, you know, you can read a lot and it doesn't still always, you know, make it fit properly. And the other thing I'll mention in terms of timing, Jason and I and Carrie Shona and Sharon, the head of the Board of Health, and Megan met a week or so ago because an issue has come up about bedrooms. And that may cause a change to our sewer regs. But that's, I mean, we're at the very beginning of discussions on that. And the simplest way to explain it is that, as we all know, CWMP said net zero flow. But now, whoever it is, comes down from the state and says, you can have bedrooms by right, and you can have an extra bedroom in the sewered area. So we've got, you know, so we're not sure where that falls. Will it be Board of Health? We're not going to become responsible for bedrooms, that's clear. But, you know, there's something going on there that we need to, and, you know, I don't know. I don't even know if we'll have to contact the DEP and say, you know, how do we have two different restrictions.
Bedroom by right or ADUs by right?
Did I say bedrooms by right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I knew what you meant.
I meant ADUs
So
by
they
right.
can't add a bedroom, but they can turn a bedroom into an ADU?
Okay, I have to back up now.
Or did
No,
I
they
miss
can,
something?
okay, so,
It can be, they can sometimes do both, I would
Right.
think.
They
If you're
can-
on sewer and you have the room,
You can add?
possibly.
well, hang on. See, a new reg came out and it gets really complicated if we get into this.
It does.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is the right,
Even if it's in the water resource area?
well,
Probably not that,
it's
but-
Okay.
really complicated. Yeah, this is probably not the right
Okay.
forum to go into that.
Could I just make a suggestion?
Yes.
So the reason that you have that part of your regs is in order to be eligible for 0% financing on the wastewater infrastructure.
Ah.
Oh,
Okay? And so that's all through the SRF program. So I would suggest, even as an initial, like if you're struggling with something, it would be useful to bring someone from SRF in. I mean, I'd be happy to arrange something to just have an initial discussion. Like, hey, we're struggling with this because you don't want to misstep and risk the 0%.
No, thank you for that,
Okay,
Mark. I'm so glad you, yeah.
that would be good.
Well, we're not even at the stage yet where we could talk to a state. You know, we've had one meeting, it's unbelievably complicated because you're dealing with zoning laws, this law, and this law. And so right now, and of course, in the meantime, Carrie has developers coming in saying, you know, other cities are doing this, we want to do this, we want 6 bedrooms, we want this, we want that. So when we get to that stage, that's good to know, and we should definitely include SRF. It's a big topic. I had,
That's been a big topic for the local comprehensive plan review committee.
yeah,
Especially with our emphasis on creating the housing that we need.
right,
How
right,
how do we work that in the different watersheds around town?
yeah.
What's the process? And nobody has an idea.
Right, it's really,
I'm sure
yeah.
somebody does.
Yeah.
I'd rather
Not
hear
us.
from them sooner than later.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
I'd rather hear from the state sooner than later, because of just that, it's all still up in the air, And-
You're right.
you know?
It should happen.
We could start with questions, and it's probably gonna take a while.
It will, but right now, the crux is who bears most of the burden, health or water? That's where we are, and we would like to keep it health.
Yeah, I would just like to hear their story, what they're talking about, how they're interpreting it at this point,
The SRF?
yeah.
Well, the other problem too is that if you're in a different town and you say you're gonna increase your flow and you have your own treatment plant, no problem. You know, we have an agreement that limits us, you know, so we can't just say, even if we have excess, even if we have plenty, we can't just automatically say, sure, you can have all that, all
I
those.
I think it's gonna be an
It's gonna be a nightmare.
interdepartmental approval. So the building department will have to say, yes, you can build a bedroom. Then that has to go to the Board of Health, saying, yes, we'll allow this. Then it has to go to the water and sewer, and we can say, we have the allocation for this. And there almost has to be multi-departments.
And that's why I
across the
wanted a
board.
checkbox
Yes.
on the application to say they had to go through us.
We had, and yeah, that I think is, because I don't think any department can bear that burden. There's no one department, that's my personal, but.
But then they come to us right now for variances after the fact.
Okay, so at any rate.
It's a very deep.
It is.
Yeah, it's a whole topic, yeah. So we certainly will be involving everybody because we don't want to be allocating bedrooms, that's for sure.
Can I ask a question? What about garbage disposals? Because it's all going to the same, I mean, is this,
They're
will
not-
people understand?
I don't
not
think
to
they're
put-
allowed, right? Other
They
than,
will, because once you put sewer in, you can do it.
And honestly, I did real estate for years, there's plenty of garbage disposals in this
Really?
town. Yeah.
I don't know if your regs preclude
Yeah.
someone from having a garbage, I know usually on septic systems you can't.
right.
Right.
Um,
I don't
So,
have one.
so how do we proceed for here? We will look over the section starting on page 10 with the grinder pumps.
Grinder pumps, and then on page 15 is the section that I
On drains?
put in on, yeah, what you can put down the drain.
Are
Yeah,
they-
it's pretty
and
good.
It's pretty strict.
Is-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is anything else changed, marked up
So
for us?
so you will see, the KP did do some small changes throughout, you know,
Okay.
capital letters in certain spots on Lower Town, small items. You will just see them kind of interspersed with, you know, small changes.
Okay. It says like commented LM and numbers, is that one of your people?
So, yes, so, yeah, and I'll explain what that is next.
Okay.
So the last item is the formatting. And so when I asked our admin to go through this, she was able to fix one of the main issues, which I had seen, which was one of the sections here started with 13 instead of number 1.
I see.
Okay? So she was able to fix that. When she went through, and I'll show you this as an example, like if you look at, well, If you go to Article 1, which is on page 5. It's where definitions, okay? So you'll see each definition has a section number. That really shouldn't be, okay? So if you go to page 8. If you go to page 8, you will see Article 2. Wait for everybody to get there. Article 2 has several sections, and they're all titled. If you see, they all have a title.
I'm sorry, I lost
Page
you.
8, that's on page 8.
Yeah,
So you see Article 2, Section 1
Oh, yeah.
has a title to it,
Yep.
okay? Then if you flip to, say, page 11, you'll see Article 4, and you'll see a section number, and it doesn't have a title. Okay, so it's a mixture thing, like the definitions have sections, another place a section has a title.
Yep.
Here you have a section that doesn't have a title, so it's
Right.
just a formatting
appreciate
issue,
that,
okay?
yep.
So I guess the question before you would be, I think, for definitions, to me, it's obvious, it should just be deleted, it shouldn't have a section number, okay? The other is, if you want the sections to appear in the table of contents, they should have titles, okay? And not just go into a paragraph, right? So I guess that's the question. There are a lot of sections that don't have titles. And so I guess the question is that something you want to address now? Or, would you be looking to do other changes and deal with this then? So it's just a question.
Just having spent a little time on them on the weekends, my personal preference is that each section has a title.
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah,
it's so
that's cleaner.
complicated, it
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah.
But,
Could we have a chance to read this and then?
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm just making a comment
Yeah,
just on
okay.
that one thing, Alan.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
I have a question when you have time.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Bob.
Is there any delineation between businesses versus residential, such as heavier use? Businesses tend to use heavier uses. I don't see any delineation from that.
When you say heavy use, you mean more water use, or do you mean
Both.
like
Yeah.
contaminants too?
Solids
So
and bathrooms.
I don't know how that's handled in here. I could look at that. I mean, what I've usually done in regs, when I get my hands on them, is I will at the very least put a qualifier in here that says if what someone is discharging is outside of a residential contaminant level, then it would send it back to you to be able to provide them with a, there's a name for a charge, it's like a high load charge. So that's an option. You could also, in like larger communities and cities, they provide fees for those instances, I don't know, if there's a business here that's discharging something like that. Like, do you have a brewery in town? Do you have?
Well, typically, our seating is based on water usage and,
Right.
septic capacity,
Yep.
et cetera.
Yep.
So if it gets switched over to sewer, are you, as a business, going to be charged? I mean, typically, it's a higher rate of use. And then you have the grease trap and, all of that. So as this moves forward, I do think it's important that the business community be addressed, because it's different.
So how are you charged, Jason? How do you charge rates? What are your rates based on? Is it water use?
Water use.
So that's how you would catch a typical high user, is with the rates.
It's
Right.
it's interesting to me because when I first bought my business, I came in, I think I talked to Tracy, and because she had evidence of our water usage was under a certain amount, it affected our seating. It gave us the seating we wanted. And the engineers were arguing back and forth with the health department. So, as this moves forward and there's other businesses that hook up, I think it's something that should be addressed because it's more than just water usage. It's capacity of the septic. Once sewer comes in, I was told by the health department it may not affect seating, that they're still deciding all of this stuff. They're saying, well, we might not allow it anyway, even though the septic capacity goes away. So it's a very complicated issue that I just wanted to put my 2 cents that the business community should be addressed.
So, I'm trying to flip to the
That will
beginning.
give you a whole other chapter, probably.
Yeah, so-
Sorry.
It makes good sense.
So your regs have, sort of, in this realm, there are a lot of communities that take what others have done. other communities
Right.
have done, right? So I think your regs have a basis in the Chatham regs. And,
Okay.
And I think this, Noreen, might be what you're perhaps alluding to some extent, but the beginning of your regs talk about, they kind of link what somebody can do to the health department regs, right? And I understand the challenge that's happening now, okay, but the idea behind this, I can tell you the original idea that Chatham had with this was that you wouldn't allow an entity, a household, a business, to grow beyond what they would be able to do if they had a septic system. That was the idea behind this. I know that there are loopholes that others are seeing in this, but that was the idea behind it. So there was an intention to cover that with the this is Article 2, the very beginning of Article 2. So that was the intention. So now this is being somewhat stretched and challenged to an extent, which I understand. So that may need to be strengthened or modified or whatever, so. all right.
Because it appears the state is challenging that with bedrooms.
Okay,
And so that will be
Okay.
used as a
okay.
precedent.
I actually liked Chatham's language on that situation, more so than I liked some others that I've seen, but that will all come out and be presented as it's better researched. One question was, one time we had to send our regs back to Chatham for approval. Will these types of changes and it took a long time, will these types of changes require that same process?
So that's, we did talk to Megan yesterday about it, and that's our understanding, is they still would have to go to Chatham.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have to complete the changes, vote them, approve them, and then send them to them and wait? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just,
Now, this is a question.
Yeah.
So we do have bids on the grinder pumps, and we're ready to order them, so whenever we can, we're ready to order them. There's a training that we've been talking about having set up probably in the early fall for any installers to be able to attend. We did want these regs, there is a link between these regs and the maintenance agreement that the homeowners are gonna have to sign.
I see.
So we did want to have, these, in place, so that all can happen. So we have, a couple of moving pieces here, so.
Good move.
I'll say this. There's no way we're gonna have sorted out the state's new bedroom issue
Right.
in a couple of months. There's just no way.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with us approving regs in a couple of months for grinder pumps, and then in 6 months down the road, approving regs again.
Right.
Since it doesn't, it's us that approve them, so it's, other than a public hearing, it's not a huge hurdle.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind taking a glance while we're at the first round of determining at least some of the other things, like, and maybe they just belong on our price list. I'm just not sure which, I need help. But the things I mentioned, the marriage sewer charges, like the tap fees, the irrigation meters and stuff like that. So, I mean, if we can even determine, I'm saying we, and I mean you, Jason, if they don't belong in the regs, if they can go straight on a price list, then we'll see. But we would do our best to check off everything but the new bedroom list, because it sounds like you're looking for a little timing.
Well, I know that, I think there are some people who are looking for a couple of things. Some people have the grinder pump, already bought it,
Right.
and would like to get reimbursed, so
Don't tell me they're holding that up for that again.
I don't know that they're I don't
Yeah.
know that they're holding that.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
I know that they've been talking to people about it, but I'm
All
just
right.
mentioning there are other pieces that we're trying to
Right.
get.
Well, yeah, I think this, when we start distributing the ones that we have bid,
Yeah,
and people come to pick them up from us, and we give them, and for them to install, we would like to have the sewer regs in place.
yeah, okay, I
So
got that.
that's-
No,
that's
but
what- that's what
the
we're-
people that are just getting a check,
Right.
I mean, St. Peter's has been waiting now for 15 months. I speak to the man every single month for 15 months. And nobody told me when the bid, because I followed that on web, nobody told me a check didn't go out to him. So when I wrote to him recently to say, I'm putting everything away now, he said, no, Noreen, I still haven't got the money. So it's frustrating. But at any rate, you guys can't issue those checks, so be it. So is what I'm hearing that we would like some conclusion on these by our next meeting? I mean, we have to go home and read these and absorb this.
Yeah, and that's why I figured everybody who wants to go and read these.
Right.
Put their 2 cents in, or if you have any comments, comment it. Then we can all take them back. We can have them drafted up as a draft, and then resubmit it to the board.
Okay.
And the board can then, instead of having it in all of the little
Yeah.
comments, we can have it as a draft in there. Then everybody can vote on that, and then we can have the
Is
final.
this on the whole package or just grinder pumps?
This would be grinder pumps in any definition or any section, things, little things like that. And if there's anything that we can include in that, that is,
Yeah.
then within the timeframe.
Go ahead.
I don't know who to address this to. So I do notice at the top of each page, it's the Town of Harwich Sewer Rules and Regulations, Water Department.
Which page are we on?
Well, I'm looking at page 19, but it's probably every page.
Okay. Yeah.
So my concern is that there's not a wastewater
Wastewater.
department, and we're,
It should probably be
It
water,
should-
wastewater.
or, I think the select board I think we need to ask the select board to address that.
Actually,
I know we have in the
okay,
past.
all right. Actually, I think, but now we're getting into a different topic, but I think that this board will be addressing that through the Charter Commission. And I think we're probably headed in a direction of becoming Harwich Water and Sewer, not Harwich Water and Wastewater.
The charter,
The Charter Commission
But
is
you're on.
in charge.
That you're on, the Charter Commission.
that's gonna be about 18 months.
Yeah,
At a minimum.
right, it's been 5, 6, 7 years, so. I
But-
mean,
Why don't you put that comment down and
Yeah,
let's
okay.
discuss it?
There you go.
I agree with you.
I
think it
just,
should
I
be
think if
water,
this is going
wastewater,
to
because
the,
Okay.
and
this
it's
is
going to
about
town
wastewater.
council and they're not addressing
Well-
it, there's
We
an
should take the
issue.
initiative.
Personally, I think wastewater is the wrong word. So you won't have my
Okay.
support on that,
Or-
you know.
But it has, that's what we are at this point.
No, you can change it. When we started off, wastewater, Alan was involved, Larry Ballantyne was involved, I was involved. We pushed for the word wastewater, Ed was involved, because we wanted wastewater to cover everything. IAs, cold brook attenuation, not just sewering. But that was 6, 7, 8 years ago. Now, as time has developed, it's become very obvious that this department handles sewers. We don't handle Cold Brook or any of those things. So, I mean, that's my view, but that's for a
That's a,
different...
I'm
that's a
just-
completely
Yeah.
different issue,
Yeah.
Noreen. That's,
Okay, what's your issue? I misunderstood.
my issue
you.
is the legality of there is no department of wastewater other than Jason and the number 2.
On
And
the
we
back-
don't oversee it.
On the ballot that we were elected by, it
Yeah.
says water, wastewater.
It is in the charter.
And I think that it should say water, wastewater department, or up here, as for these regulations, until at such time as you change it to sewer.
Well, for one, there has been nothing go through town meeting establishing water, wastewater.
Why are we on the ballot as that
In
then?
the I don't know why they put the ballot that way. They didn't come to
The
us.
ballot can say anything it wants, but
Yeah.
there's been no town meeting procedure to add wastewater to the water department.
What we
Maybe,
get paid.
maybe the
some of
ballot says that because in 2019, they created a water wastewater board, and they created water wastewater commissioners, but they never created a wastewater department. So that's the way, read the charter, that's the way it
I'm telling you,
is.
I'm just
I've been in
pointing
this
out
for
that-
years.
Which is why
That's
I,
misrepresentation.
well, and that's why I'm a little
It is what it
concerned
is.
that we, as a body, do we even legally have the authority to approve or disapprove this? And I say that with all sincerity. And if legal counsel is reviewing this, that they should have addressed that too.
Do you want to get an opinion about this?
I mean, maybe
You
that's
asked
what
for
needs
comments.
to happen,
That's the comment. Why
you know?
don't you see if,
Because the select board has been kicking it
Oh, we can't
up
depend
and
on
down
them, we
and
know
all
that.
around for the last 5 years, and
Yeah, well, it's just, part of the problem usually is that they need to create a charter
Right.
board that, go through all that process and update the charter while you're at it. And I've served a couple times over the years, but, at some point, for me, I could care less. We need to do this, move on, do it. Yeah, that
If
will.
I could point out, the cover of this does say Water Department, and it also says
Right.
Board of
Wastewater
Water and
Commission.
Wastewater Commission.
okay.
Because the
Yeah.
commissioners
Keep it
are in
going.
the charter, the department is not. That's
So
why it's that
I
way.
think because it says this is sewer, that water department should be shouldn't be on there.
But what would be there? There is no
Town of
wastewater
Harwich,
department.
sewer rules and regulations.
I know, but if you just took that out, it would say, these are the rules and regulations.
and it's adopted by, that makes sense. If you
That
take
does
out
make
water
sense.
department, sewer rules and regs are adopted by the
Board of Water and Wastewater
Yeah.
Commissioners. And just don't put it on every page.
Just take out water department.
Yeah.
Well, why don't the people who like that idea put it in their comments, like people said? And where do you want us to send all our comments? To Jason? Okay. So I just want to be clear. We're
Page
gonna-
by page.
We're going to read page 10, that area for the grinder pumps, page 15 for the drains, and we're going to look at all the formatting issues, including the title page. All right?
If you would like, I can send that electronic to everyone, if you'd like.
Actually, I like, this is fine for
We
me.
have, it's not right on the webs, oh, you mean this document with the,
And that way you can put your comments electronically in there if you wanted to.
Oh,
Or not, you don't have
Yeah, I
to.
mean,
You don't have to. It's,
I would probably send that, that issue you're just talking about, I'd probably want to send that to KP.
we've been there. Yeah, no, thank you. But
Okay.
it's really a charter issue. I
Okay,
mean,
so you're comfortable if you change it, that's fine, okay.
It works for me.
Yeah,
Okay, that's fine.
Let's move on.
I wouldn't want another person in
So
there.
if we go to the selectmen with it,
Yeah.
they need to form a charter commission
Yeah,
to make the updates. Take a look at the whole thing.
okay.
So that's a couple of years down,
Right.
by the time that gets right. So let's move on.
Yeah.
All
Don't
right.
get used to it.
So we should have that done by our next meeting. So what's our turnaround? It sounds like,
next week, 3 weeks.
yeah.
Or
So
Yeah, then
if we send them to you within a week and a half, can it be turned around to us? What would you like? When would you like them done?
What do you,
I mean, that would be fine if you could turn around in a week and a half. I mean, so the one thing that I can think of that might require you to take a look at it again is if you want sections created, names put to sections.
I can take a look at that.
It's not a huge task,
Yeah.
it's just a change that you may want to be able to see that again. So if you,
Name sections.
yeah, like if you think you want to do that, and I don't want to put you on the spot right now, but if you think you want that done for this revision, I mean, we can start working on that now.
Ah,
Because that might take, because we'll have to go and read every paragraph, we might have to combine some because they have the same topic, so it might require some reorganization, so.
well, I'll leave that up to the pleasure of the board. Are there a lot of them with, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
they're
there are a
mixed
lot.
through.
There are a lot, yeah.
I don't know if you guys are comfortable to make a decision about that formatting issue now. If you're not, we'll wait. Totally up to you. I just happened to be looking at sewer regs this weekend, which is why they're on my mind, because of the bedrooms, not
Yeah,
because of
right,
that.
Right.
So, as you see, for instance, on, let me give an example. If you look at page 8, this will be an example, you see under Article 2, Regulation of Sewer, you see Section 1 in the name existing structures. And then compare that to the next page, where it says Article 3, Building, Sewers, and Connections, and you see the section numbers, but with no titles. That's what Mark is referring to.
Wait a minute, do that again?
Okay, so on page 8, under Article 2, Regulation of Sewer, you see where it says Section 1, Existing Structures.
Right here. It's got a title.
Oh.
Section 1 has a title.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Okay?
And what was
Oh.
the section you were,
All right, so you see that,
Yeah.
and now on the next page, Article 3, you'll see,
building?
right, building, sewers, and connections, and it just says Section 1.
Oh, I see, sure, okay. Okay, be more definitive,
Right,
okay.
and easier to look things up, like
Yeah.
we're trying to look things up, and it's hard to,
Yeah, okay.
that's all I was saying before,
Yeah.
Alan, and it was
Yeah.
only because I
Yeah.
spent time this week, just a
Yeah.
formatting
I
thing.
haven't taken the time to,
No, believe me, if the bedroom issue hadn't come up, I wouldn't have been looking at these this weekend, so.
yeah,
It's not my normal Saturday.
Laura.
all right. I'll make it a
I think
point.
not
Yeah. How do you feel, Judith, about that specific formatting question?
I mean, I can.
If you want more time,
We
we'll
can do
give
that,
it.
I can run it, I could do it, and I can run it by you, just make sure you're okay with it. Yeah.
Or, and I can even do that, so we will, so I know that you're.
Sorry, folks.
Are you going for 2 weeks?
I might not. be.
Sure.
Sounds ominous. It must be the select board calling.
Hello?
Let me see how this ends, and we'll, all right.
Okay.
So, I'm looking through some of wastewater is
I
also
see
there.
Linda. Then I gotta-
Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, this is Noreen.
The title of
Noreen.
wastewater is all through,
I'm
the
probably
this
gonna
is
guess
on
one thing,
commercial
but-
stuff,
Noreen,
which is,
N-O-R.
Yeah.
and it's saying
It's
wastewater
not the-
department.
Not what I thought.
Yeah, it needs to get addressed.
I think if we can get everything done by next meeting.
Thanks very much.
If not,
Bye-bye.
we can put it off until the following.
Sorry, folks.
I'll read this, within a few days, so I'll get through it.
So did we
Mark it up.
decide about notice, sections?
You may, if I could suggest this, if we're gonna come up with section titles, you may need just to see, you may want the opportunity
To see it?
that.
Yeah, I would think
So
so.
we might need one more, my suggestion
Right.
is, if you want those sections titles put in, we could work on that, get it to you by the next meeting,
Right.
and then you'd have an opportunity to see the sections,
Okay.
so.
But I think in the meantime, we should be looking at the grinder pump area and the other thing. So, I'm sorry I had to take a call. So, when should we get our comments to Jason on the other issues?
Within a week and a half, like you were saying.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So, comments will go to Jason, let's say by the 25th of July.
When?
25th, Friday the
You got it.
25th. We don't want to ruin that weekend for us.
Good.
And if people don't have comments, which happens a lot with these technical things, that's fine too. Just please send an email to Jason saying, I'm fine. All right,
One last thing, I don't
Sure.
want to close, but you brought up grease traps early on.
yeah,
You know, one suggestion I would have, and I don't know if we can resolve this necessarily in a short amount of time, but I could take a look in here and also find some other examples and maybe share those with you, and, you know, that could be worked in at some point.
I'd be really interested in that.
Yeah, so let me find, that's the best way, is to see what other people have done, other
Right.
towns have done, and so.
That comes
And-
under the plumbing too.
Yeah,
That
yes,
comes under,
yeah.
Mark,
Right.
there is a short
I'm
section.
working with
in there
Robert
on
Biel
grease
right
traps.
now. Ed Miles right
There is
now.
grease,
I'm working with
sand,
Ed
oil.
Miles at Robert Biel.
There is something in here.
Yeah, on,
So
Good
it
friend.
may be.
is it? Yeah, he's
need-
helping me
need
a
to
lot.
be enhanced.
And I'm learning all this stuff. so.
and
that's who just called me.
I'm
What-
forgetting it.
when I was looking, when I compared our language to the DEP's, the 310 CMR, I couldn't find much difference. So, I mean, I'm not really sure if there is an issue. It was just something that Dan said years ago, and I remembered it. That's my knowledge of it, so. But sure, anything
I'll see
you
what I
can
can
clean
find.
up along the way, take a peek. Or somebody email Dan and say, what the heck were you talking about 3 years ago that, Noreen's harping about now? So, great, so are you coming to our next meeting?
When is the next meeting?
Because we can tell you now if you want to plan it that way. Is that your plan, Jason?
Sure.
Okay, so we've been doing every 3 weeks, which works for us. So that would make it August 5th, if that's okay with people, so
Yeah.
that Mark can know.
Probably.
Tuesday,
I won't be here.
okay. I don't want to go back to the 29th, that's too short for doing work. I don't know if we should have one without you, John, or move to the 12th.
12th's good. For me.
My only problem is there's so much going on, I'm wondering if it's too far away, you know. What do you think,
I don't-
Mark, in terms of timing and your turnaround needs?
So I think we could put something together by then. And
By
I
the
think it's-
5th?
Yeah. I'm just thinking about, it's gonna be probably put for you to, just review again, right?
Right.
Because we're gonna have section titles, there probably won't be a lot necessarily to talk about, but we should be able to
Right.
put something together by then.
But also, I'm hoping at that meeting, we can vet the combination of comments that we've submitted.
Oh, that you
So
submitted, yeah.
maybe you'll be going back for at least your final round then.
Yeah, okay.
What about having something to present to everyone? We can email it to you, you can review it, and then if we do have it on the 12th, we can,
Yeah,
if there's
Approve.
no comments or.
that works.
Yeah,
Um,
let's try that.
Anything happening with Route 28 East?
Route 28 East, is that's
Water main?
Water main. We are waiting on the review, the
Still.
comments for review. They're due today, so I'll be calling them.
So, I
that's-
mean, do you think anything's gonna happen? I mean, we have to start to set up info meetings, everything else.
We won't know anything.
So the 5th or the 12th makes no difference
Makes
to
no
you?
difference, no.
Okay, in that case, I'm fine with the 12th. You want to do that? Ready? Okay.
Yeah, I can't come.
Oh, you can't come? Okay, well,
I can come in the 5th if you want, but, yeah.
But of
I get a
course-
doctor, I might have to leave early.
yeah. let's do the 5th then. Let's leave it the 5th and not mess with it, and there'll be another revision afterwards anyway, John, so even if you, all right, 5th, okay?
Good.
The what? What?
The
August
5th
5th.
at 9 o'clock,
August 5th.
August 5th.
You
Yeah.
got it.
And that way we can tell Mark, so that he has
Cool.
a target, and we'll see what we can turn around by then. Maybe we can turn it all around, so then you're producing the final document.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's see.
Cool.
Okay,
all right,
thank you.
all right, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks very much,
Thank you.
Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay. All right. So, excuse me. Let me get organized. At the end of the world. All right, shall we have an audience, should we go back up to Exchange Pack Fountain, or should we go up to the top and take it down? What's your pleasure?
Do you want to do the public
Exchange?
comment?
Well,
Yeah.
I offered public
Oh.
he wasn't here then, I guess, so he misses, so.
Yeah.
But we can take Exchange Pack Fountain next.
Okay.
Right, yeah. Unless anybody objects, we'll take Exchange Pack Fountains out of order.
Sure.
Okay. All right, so,
I had put together a big slideshow, but then I just printed out a report. So,
okay.
you guys read it, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
So I would just like to see it become operable again.
I think I kind of got, we can vote, and I kind of got the consensus that everybody wants it to go that way. And that we're at least talking in terms of, you know, the world is becoming a place where people carry water bottles, and, you know, we'd like to become more aware of our hydration places, and, you know, see how it works, and see what we can do to add to them. So Tracy has, so I don't know what else to say about the Exchange Fountain. Before I go off that one, are there any holdups to getting that working, Jason?
No, I'm just gonna go out there, it's been off for a number of years, so we'll go out there and we'll just disinfect it and,
Okay.
Have you contacted the Board of Health?
I have contacted the Board of Health, they have no issues with it. So, just an inspection of it and then routine water sample of it and then put it online.
Great. I'd like to have the board vote on it, to do
Okay.
it, because I mean, if we go forward trying to get that park more renovated and get some grant money and the chamber involved too, bike path for people, I'd like to have the support of the board
Yep.
on that fountain.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a water map around town.
Yeah.
Well, the
that's
people
There's
that-
a
like
great
4 or
idea.
5 of them, right?
The people
Great
that do the
idea.
bike path map called
they
me,
do that?
and I mentioned that this might come online, and they said, please let us know, because we mark it.
Oh,
So
cool.
between Brooks Park and this one, the bike people see where they can go to get
That's
water.
a great idea.
What
Yeah,
are these?
and a little history.
Fountains?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, they like to note that.
So,
Okay.
will somebody make a motion that we reconnect the Exchange Pack Fountain?
I will.
I'll second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks.
And I'm
Thank
an
you for your
aye.
work.
It was
You'll have
fascinating
that-
to me.
I know, it
I
only
thought they were
took,
still in
only took
operation.
less than a year. not
That
bad.
trough thing was really, that they had moved it for the horses.
It used to be, was that in town right next to?
Yeah, it was on Bank,
Yeah.
it was on Bank Street, and then they
Yeah.
moved it to Exchange Place. And if you look at the, you know, church property, that, I had to include that piece with picture of the thermos, big thermos thing, because that's what we've been using for the bike path.
Oh, you mean where the water trough was?
Yeah, the water trough is right below the fountain now,
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
hopefully will also work and be able to get
I wonder-
dogs.
Yeah, for dogs.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or horses.
Times
yeah.
You
change.
ride your horse down, you'll have
Sure.
your,
We are a
Yeah.
horse town.
Did you
There's a
know?
lot of horses.
Yeah,
I actually thought they were still in operation.
Ed?
Wow.
not since
It's,
2019.
Yeah.
When you get the fountain running again, is it just going to be a bubbler like it was, or is it going to have a facility for filling water bottles?
I don't know. What do you think, Jason?
I'll have to see what its ability, its capability is,
Yeah.
as of right now. And
It's
maybe-
pretty loose right now.
Well,
Yeah, I
yeah.
gotta really inspect it and see
Yeah.
what we can do with it.
Okay.
But whether it's a bubbler, whether it's filling a hydration station or something like that,
Yeah.
we can.
Great.
We fill a trough anyway, so.
Yeah, you can use
And
the
that'd be
truck.
great for
It is a
dogs,
bubbler right
right?
now.
Well, that's what, the park doesn't get any use. If they use that, people will go over with their dogs.
Yeah.
Because we all put out water bowls for dogs all over the place over there.
I was
Yes,
up in Eastham a couple of weeks ago doing a hot dog sale, and not far away from me, there was a hydration station, and from my side, I could see the place where you fill the water bottle, and on the other side, it was, a traditional bubbler. And people would come up to it from that side and not see the hydration station on the water bottle, so they try and fill their water bottles
Oh.
out of the bubbler, and
Yeah.
that's just a disaster.
Yeah.
I love the water map idea. I'm
I-
blown
yeah,
away by
that's
that.
great,
I
yeah.
think that's
You know,
And for
fabulous.
dogs too, because there's so many people walking dogs.
I think
Yeah.
it's good PR for this department to
Exactly,
show
yeah,
up that we
yeah.
do this.
I was down in Florida and I
So-
was taking pictures of hydration stations.
Were you?
I said, "What are you doing?" I said, it's working. I got some really cool ones. It's a hydration station. On the bottom, it's a little, like, bowl to fill up for dogs.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Pretty neat, so.
So,
It's time
so
to-
now moving beyond the exchange pack and taking a broader look. This is the list that Tracy has had for years, which is called the seasonal list. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tracy. And these are the things that get turned on and off by this department every year. It looks to me, and Tracy will need to help me, like most of them are the bathrooms, the community gardens, the docks, cemeteries, spigots, things like that. So are there only 4 fountains, Tracy?
Those are the only ones that I know about, yeah. Those were the ones that were donated.
Those were the Orton?
And that was yes, by Patrick Otten.
Okay,
And then I'm sure once Jason, coordinates getting the Exchange Park
Right.
fountain back on, he can,
Okay.
talk to Eric about making that
yeah.
account seasonal again if they want to have it turned off for the season.
So the Orton units, 3 Oak Street is at the tennis courts, right?
Yeah, that right in Brooks Park.
Okay. Red River Comfort, no, is there a fountain down at their bathroom?
Yep, Red River Beach, right down next to the bathhouse
Just
there.
want to identify them, yeah. The Harwich Fountain, it says here 404 Pleasant Lake, is
Yep.
that up by the Hinckley's?
That's right up off the bike path across from Pizza Shark.
Right, okay, so that's 3. I thought that Patrick donated 4.
There was another one, but it's on a private account for Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, so it's down near the Chamber of Commerce?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we don't turn it on, is it inside the Chamber of
That's
Commerce?
their own private line, so they are not on our town seasonal list, and they're not, I don't believe they do seasonal. They keep that going year-round.
Okay, so that's the 4th, what I'll call Patrick
Yeah.
ones. Now, are there any other fountains in town?
I believe that there are, but that is sort of like a highway department, they oversee that type of thing. So I feel like they might have installed some other fountains around town, but I don't exactly know where. I only really know of these because, they are on our town auto list.
Yep.
But I'm sure, Jason could follow, find out from highway if there are other fountains around
Right.
town, where they are, and
Yeah.
You know, just so people could be informed on where to find them.
And
It
so,
would be great on our website. and
Yep.
Things like that, maybe
And on
even
the
pictures.
bicycle, if they have
Yeah,
a
the
map, and
map,
then the
I will-
Chambers map, you know,
Yeah.
that cute little,
I know,
so who's gonna pay for the Exchange Park one? Just curious.
Well, they
and
already
that's-
have an active account out there.
Through
In the
recreation?
town, yeah, it's one of the town
Okay.
accounts, and they actually have an active irrigation system
Okay.
that is already been
Okay.
going for years and years
Okay.
out there.
So right now, the system is that we turn them on and off, but is it not DPW that does maintenance?
Yeah, DPW, I'm sure this will all be coordinated because, DPW would just be notified that the phone's back online, and then I'm sure just add it to their list. You know, we do go around with a highway department employee, our staff will go around with them in the fall when we do seasonal turnoffs, because it is a two-step process. We'll just turn off the town portion.
I see.
And then the highway department handles like the
Ah.
plumbing side
Yeah.
and drains down any, apparatus
Right.
or irrigation system, spigot, whatever it is beyond the meter.
Yeah,
So I'm sure they would be informed that something new is coming online, and they would maintain that if there were any
Right.
issues with it in the future.
When do they turn it off?
We have some dates set up. A lot of these autos are, I believe, shut off at the beginning of October. Steve coordinates with Highway, and basically gives them a call and says, "Hi, Sean, when do you feel like turning off?" And then our guy will go around with Highway to, kind of do them all in one. Within a few days, they'll turn them all off at the same time. It's only these town accounts that have that ability for the town to automatically turn them off and on.
And when will they turn them back on?
They're turned back on usually, let me think about this. Definitely after, once it's warming up and the frost is gone. I feel like they're turned back on like the beginning of April. It's the same type of thing, like, Steve will coordinate with Highway and say, we're getting ready to turn these back on, when do you want them on by? And then we go out and we turn them on our end, and then they have Highway go back out and, flick everything on, so people have access.
Great.
And that's if they wanna do seasonal, because, there are some stations that actually don't do seasonal. For example, Thompson's Field is not on this list. That's another town account that has a spigot up at, the dog park, and they do not, they're not on our seasonal list, so we don't actually turn off and on that property, so,
okay. So it sounds like our next steps would be to, Jason, I would ask you to maybe coordinate or have someone coordinate with the DPW to find out other locations, so we'd be curious.
Sure.
Any that they might have added, so we have all on one list. And
Added and.
get
try-
those, maybe we can even get a separate little fountain list and then have a discussion and take it from there as to how we want to advertise and promote that list, and maybe add some more next year.
That
Add
would
a
be
couple
great.
more locations each year might be a nice thing for us to do after discussion, if we so choose.
Yeah, that bike path person would be very interested in what's available in town, because they like to tour around town.
is the one that Patrick put in, paid for at Brooks Park, is that out near the tennis courts?
Yeah,
Okay, because I know there's a bubbler at the side of the bathroom building, but
Yeah.
that gets turned on and off with everything else in the bathroom building.
yeah, the one by the tennis courts is very nice.
Yeah.
do the beaches have them?
Red River did.
Well, we could pick a couple of places
Bank
if we
Street?
wanted to, and add a couple every year.
Yeah, because there are, it's Bank Street and Earl have bathrooms there, right?
Well,
So
Bank
that-
Street has the bathrooms.
So that wouldn't be, do they have a
Water
water?
fountain.
They do have a water fountain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like the second layer of what we'll have to look at, that they're not independent bubblers, but rather than add another whole, you
Yeah.
know, unit.
Right.
We might have to go on the road for that one, Bob, I don't know.
Oh, that's
Hey, I'm
Bank
ready.
Street.
Let's get it.
Yeah,
But hey, it's
And
a
if
nice
he is-
idea, and we'll make
what I
some
thought.
progress and have a plan by the fall. Okay, that's it for that one, and we took a vote, so
Great.
it only took you 10 months from your suggestion, though. It's not bad for the government. You're doing pretty good.
you know, I have to say, over the years, there's been other fountains.
It's been,
I say there's been other fountains,
oh, yeah, must be,
but nobody to care for.
right, right,
They freeze, and
yep.
so we,
Well, it is a different world now. We're
It
all
is.
carrying our water bottles, and,
yeah,
you know,
oh, yeah. Yeah.
that's the way it is. And there's no more little cups by the other places, so.
Right. Yeah. I know.
All right, so now maybe we can go back up and go down the list. So I'll take us back up to old business A, Route 28 East Main Water Replacement Project. And I'm just having that be on our first item every agenda, because it's so important. But I believe we just heard from Jason on that, so what do you have to do? Send them back comments today?
They're not my comments, they're comments from the Mass DOT. So they sent it to everybody within Mass DOT, looking for comments back, and they're compiling those. And then
Who's they?
it could be roads, it could be what they want for backfill.
Rhodes is,
Mass DOT. Could be different engineers that are putting their comments in on what they want.
from GHD? I mean, I'm just not following.
From Mass DOT. It's from within.
Oh, so from Mass
GHD
DOT sends it to Mass DOT?
GHD submitted the plans to Mass DOT.
Okay.
Mass DOT is waiting for review from other people from within Mass DOT with their comments,
I gotcha.
if there are any.
Okay. And then they're gonna,
Then they'll go back to GHD, and they'll either get the, you're all set, you're clear, go ahead, you have our blessings, here's our 100% stamp on it, and then it'll go out to bid.
this is brutal. Like Alan says, situation normal. All right, we're stuck there. So next topic is, and we will be discussing the whole capital plan a little later in the meeting, maybe we'll go right into that afterwards, but the first topic is about the space building, as we're calling it.
Judith and I designed it already, didn't we?
We did.
And then Jason liked it, so it's all done.
All right, good.
It's just,
Let's vote.
it's got a hill, we don't need an elevator, plenty of room.
Well, that could change. After my email yesterday with Mass DEP.
Oh,
So can somebody give us maybe a broader view?
I will, so. So Mass DEP said if you were going to upgrade, do anything within the Zone 1, we'd like to see it within 200 feet away from the well.
Where were we?
We're right next to it. We're 10 feet away from the well.
Okay.
So where we had planned for the building out back here,
200 feet, really?
they want 200 feet away. That's what they said that they would like to see. So I went out there with my wheel and some spray paint, and I did from our well up here, it's our M3 well, to our number 1 well, we have 575 feet. So 200 and 200, that gives us 170 feet to play with, that we could do something back there.
Is that enough square footage?
so that spot that we were looking at, how far back is that?
That spot that we were looking at, it would be off to the left, instead of the spot that we were looking at. So it would just go to the left
Just
of that.
farther into the woods?
It would be further down the road. I
Oh,
guess.
further down the road. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it'd be maybe 100 feet down the road.
And it's still a high elevation?
It can be, yeah.
I'm just thinking about flooding.
I don't think there's a flood
That's
issue
not a
there.
flood, just
Shouldn't
in the
be.
front here. maybe.
But I have Russ coming back to take a look and to see, but we would be out of the 200 feet buffer that they would want. So that would be good through DEP. And so that's where we are right now.
It was
Okay.
a nice design.
So
Sorry.
I need to take a step back even further. So I'm trying to remember from our conversations from a couple of years ago, what initiated this is the problems with oil and things like that from trucks in our area right here. So this new building would have some kind of a design where that problem would go away, where oil couldn't escape, is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, because there would be no floor drains. And if they
Okay.
were, they would go into containment.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be a
Sealed system.
concrete floor.
Okay, so then I would naturally say, well, why don't you just remove the floor drains from this building and provide some containment? Why would we go and build another $5 million building?
These buildings come to their life expectancy, and they don't.
So have I.
Yeah.
Actually, those
They don't have floor drains in them.
those buildings were built
They're all capped.
in my lifetime.
Yeah,
They're
they're-
supposed to have an MDC.
Yeah, all the floor drains in there are already capped. And we're trying to get them out, away from the wells.
Okay.
So that's what
all
we're
right.
trying to do.
Just asking the normal questions that,
And then there are some of our equipment is stored outside, that they would like to see stored inside.
okay.
Plus, it was a fascinating meeting, I thought, didn't you, Judith? With the engineer that was here that showed us basic designs that they already have, you know,
Mhm.
that are,
Boilerplate, yeah.
and Jason brought up that he would like to have a training room and a teaching room. And that would afford us the room
Sure.
for that, which we wouldn't have here. And it does get us away from the wells and.
Yeah.
it's
No, I'm
amenities.
just asking the.
Yeah, it was
the normal-
fascinating.
And we can get a lot of that equipment under the roofs, particularly the trucks and the cars, and that will save long-term on their life
Mhm.
cycle.
I'm thrilled that you guys met, and, you know, this one's
was
been
good.
dragging for a while, so this is big. But I just have to ask the normal questions I would ask anyway.
And at some point, he would come and give a presentation.
Right.
So,
Okay,
Yeah.
so then, just in concept, no weeds today, but would we demolish these buildings?
Yeah, I would take a few down, maybe keep one for storage.
What are they made of?
brick and stuff.
Concrete and
You have one,
concrete
Cinder
wood.
block.
You could always throw them out on the artificial reef even, I don't know. Maybe, yeah.
Where's this new building going?
Where?
Yeah.
Right out back here, in
Mhm.
between the two wells. Right out back.
We need a field trip, Alan.
you do.
And
It's
it's- and I
fascinating.
tell you what, it's all marked on where the 200 feet ends from each building, it's marked on the road going out back.
You marked it all.
I marked it, yeah, because I didn't want to forget it, because with me, I'll forget it.
And the first thing he brought up was the first bay, I believe, over here will probably stay because of the electrical all comes in
Yeah.
there. And so then they would go from that.
Now, embarrassingly, I've never been down this road. How is the road? I mean, is it obviously you're gonna be using this road more? Is it in condition that it won't deteriorate with more use?
Yeah, it won't deteriorate with more.
What's it made of? Is it,
Asphalt.
oh, okay, I thought it was a dirt road.
Nope, nope, it's asphalt all the way down.
It's beautiful back there.
Been like that for years.
Yeah, I've been over
You know,
there.
it's like Route 28, never been there yet either, Alan, you know me.
That's what we're figuring out now. we have to put together a wish list on how many square feet, how many vehicles we want to get parked in there and what we want to do. And
Yeah.
that's our next.
So now I need the million-dollar question. Was there any ballpark given for,
So what we have to do now is we have to put our wish list together
Okay.
and how many trucks vehicles that we want to put in there.
right?
And then we can go from there.
So
Okay.
wouldn't you attempt to put them all in the same one?
Yes.
I remember, is the space building down there?
No, there's no space.
But there is I forget what building it was. I forget where I was on the board, the selectmen or the finance committee, one of them, that they built the building. And all the issues you just talked about now were all alive then, you know, to make sure there was no gas leaks.
That's in the
oil.
probably the landfill building. That metal building.
No, this was here. Is there a concrete building? A concrete building down here now? Is it-
Down here now?
Yeah.
No.
What's back there?
Nothing.
Just the pump stations, the water
Oh.
pump stations.
Well, maybe it never happened then. I'd have to say, yeah.
So we.
Because I was thinking there was another building down back.
Yeah.
We need a ride down the road.
Yeah.
Lisa.
We walked
The water
it.
treatment?
Huh?
We walked
Oh,
it.
we walked, even better, even
Building,
better.
it's a metal building.
It's really not that far.
I thought there was one.
It's a
There
beautiful
is.
area.
Dan took me there
The
my first
designs that they
day.
had for
A metal
buildings.
building down?
Yeah,
already there.
with
Gotta be
all
the-
modern
Yeah.
Pick
equipment.
one.
Yeah.
Is that the pump house, maybe? I mean, there's a newish building down, my first day here, Dan took me down there. And maybe that's the
that
pump
the-
house?
Or is that the treatment
The
building?
treatment
off of
building.
Deep Road?
Oh, the treatment buildings, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
yeah.
not down
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I was
yeah,
thinking it was down here.
yeah. Okay. Moving right along.
Well, we thank you for the advanced work, that's really
That's our
appreciated.
subcommittee, we're finished, I think.
Yeah.
Eventually we'll have Russ in, I guess. But I will say that we are coming upon the time when we have to put some numbers forward for next year. And right now, we have, and I'm not sure we'll have all those presentations and things decided by then, but right now, we have that in FY '28, so just the year after next, and we have it for 1.5 million. Is there any way we can improve on that guesstimate, given how far you've looked into this so far? I mean, should it be more like 1.5 million clearly is not correct.
Yeah. I wouldn't put a number on it right now.
Okay,
And it's going to be determined by the size of the building.
Okay.
And also how many vehicles get stored in there.
in that case, we need to take out the bad number and put in a TBD to be determined. You know, we can't keep promoting, a bad number.
Right.
So then,
We're
the
working
other,
on it.
the other question I would have, and of course, these things can change during the fall, this is for the capital outlay committee, but do you think this is something we might be doing in FY '28? Is it something you'd like to do in FY '28?
I think if we pushed it out a year.
Would be better?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I mean,
'Cause
that's
there's
just
gonna be a lot-
tentative,
There's going to be a
nobody's-
lot of planning in that.
Right,
in that.
yeah.
Just the design and the approval from DEP to do that, there's going to be quite a bit of planning, and it's going to be a big structure.
Yeah, I mean, you could
Really
even
is.
move it in 2 years if you
Yeah.
wanted. This is the most progress you guys have made when we've been
She
talking about
wants it off the books.
No, no.
She wants to be done with her term and have
That's
it
right.
not on the
Going
books,
forward with
Plaque on the building,
everything.
but
right?
I
know, I got you.
No, I want to be living in that little training room.
Let me ask a question, should we budget a certain amount of money for the planning piece?
I'll know more on all of
Okay.
design.
Yeah,
So
we don't have to
design, they'll
discuss
give
that.
me,
Yeah.
again, that's going to be with how big you want the building, where is it going, the utilities that are going to be
Yeah.
back there, different things like that.
He seemed pretty good about estimating stuff,
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah, so I have two engineers
Okay.
potentially coming here on Friday morning.
Okay,
Right,
good.
Okay,
It's
so,
all right. Stay right
so
there.
for discussion, tentatively now, if we had to produce this today, we would say TBD and it would be in '29.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good enough
And
for
and when
today.
is your term up?
I've still got 2 years, Judy.
So what year are we in now?
And-
So you
and-
wouldn't be here anymore?
Next
It
year,
wouldn't be on your, it
next
wouldn't be
year,
on your watch.
And then
Next
somebody,
year.
somebody go and do a write-in.
they're all gonna leave us.
We better build
Three
it
of us are
quick.
gonna be on our own as of next year, so. All right. Okay, so thank you so much again, because that one sat there for years,
Will
so.
we still be here?
Huh?
Will we still be here?
Who knows?
Yeah, I know.
Now, if you don't mind, since we have mentioned the capital plan, I'd like to jump down to new business, where we were gonna look at the capital plans, under new business A and B. Capital plan water is really the first one. So, the reason this is in our packet is, Jason was looking things over, and now that Route 28 water main project has backed up, we only have so many resources and everything else is backing up. So it seems as though we should consider, considering we have to present this document in mid-August, we should consider tentatively moving some of these out. So I'm looking at our capital plan, which is this document, for the water department. And I would ask Jason, first question, first item. We have proposed for next year the water main replacement on Mill Road and Harbor Road. What's up? Is that something we want to keep there in '27? This is all tentative, remember, but,
You know, I would like to be done with Route 28 before we start.
I
that
know,
project,
that's the
yeah,
thing.
So
So-
that'd be at 29.
that would be '29, okay. What we can do is discuss the changes and then we can re-vote in August or whatever. Now, the new well construction, what's up with that one?
They are doing the groundwater design. I'm going into my superintendent's report here.
Oops, sorry.
I can tell you that they're doing the final calibrations to the groundwater model for 10. From there, it's going to go to Mass DEP and MEPA, that's the Mass Environmental Association, for approval. Once that gets approved, they'll be able to design and give us a number for that. Right now, it's at 3.5 as a holding place. I don't know where that
Right.
number came from, but that will have to put some more money, we'll have to put money in the next town meeting for design.
Okay, so I didn't bring my folder that would tell me when we had designed before. It's obviously, we had some money and it's fallen off the chart because we must be using it. So are you saying that the actual construction, the 3.5, do you think that would still happen in '27?
I'm gonna say 3.5 is at 28.
Okay. And for the moment, it sounds like that 3.5 number holds, but we need more design money?
We could, yes, because what the contract said was depending on what the model and the pump data,
Right,
and then from there, they will go into design. I think
Okay.
this was just for the design of construction. I think the money that we did do was for the installation of the well and the testing.
so what we could do would be to move the 3.5 from FY '27 to FY '28, and we could add to propose for this year, whatever number you come up with, 100,000 or whatever, to cover all of those designing things, and put them in FY '27, and we could explain that more things were involved, and we'll have to look back and see what other designing issues they went through, but we all know the well projects go over many, many, many years.
Yes.
So how does that sound?
That sounds great.
How does that sound to the board? Okay.
Good.
A little more, we're just trying to get a little more realism in here rather than, now vehicles, hey, vehicles we always get, so we don't touch those. And the rest are all vehicles.
Yep.
So I would look for consensus. I don't think it's needed to vote because we'll be voting again when we get firmer numbers. But consensus for Jason to proceed with those changes while he investigates all these different things.
Why not?
Why not, yeah.
What?
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, so that's it. So we'll proceed with that. Now, just to finish off, we have the blank piece of paper that says wastewater department, because we got collection materials, you know, for our little area of connected people, so we have that 75 grand, and we did get a vehicle this year. I can't think of anything, I mean, I'm not able to think of anything over the next 5 years that we need for our little phase 2 area.
Maybe a little toilet paper.
Looks kind of sad, doesn't it?
I'm just still confused if this is ours or the select board's, to be honest with you.
What is that?
The wastewater
Wastewater.
department.
Well, this is for phase 2, so this is ours. When we say wastewater and our money's
Lit up, you mean, operating.
This
phase
is,
2.
Operating.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah,
This
that's
is
ours.
phase
Yeah.
2.
It's got nothing to do with sewer pipes out west or, yeah, this is for phase 2, and eventually it will be for phase 3, and then eventually it will be for Great Sand Lakes. But for the moment, it's phase 2.
It's a pretty low-cost system then,
Yeah, well, it's only 350 customers.
because there's no cost to the operation. I'm just making a joke.
Well, actually, part of the theory is that when things are brand new, they don't break down as much too, so
Yeah.
that's part of the system, but I don't know if there's anything anybody can proactively think of, Jason, that we would need over the next 5 years? Anything with our pump stations, or we have that 75, no, we'll leave it for now, then if
Yeah,
something comes up, it'll come up.
I was thinking 2 generators, but we just got, I was thinking a mobile generator, but we just got 2 of them
Yeah,
with the phase
hey.
3, so.
Why force it?
Backup parts, just to
Well, we
have,
got
Yes.
75 grand a year ago for that.
no, I mean to actually purchase them.
Well, he can buy them whenever he wants.
Yeah.
He's got the money.
I'm just
Yeah.
thinking of the
So-
tariffs.
So we have 2 brand-new generators that back that
Yeah.
got great. Really,
Okay.
yeah,
all back towable generators,
yeah.
they're big,
Nice.
yeah, really nice.
so in good shape,
Yeah.
good.
Okay, so that's great. That gives Jason and I a little direction. I'm gonna jump back up because I just need to give a piece of information. The one we skipped under old business was the superintendent's evaluation form. And Sandy and I, as was suggested at last meeting when we had forms everywhere, have made progress with just cleaning up the old form with some new languages and making it a little more modern.
Yeah.
So we're actually meeting after this meeting, and then Sandy will be sending out a package, as she had done in other years, to all of you to fill in your own evaluation and send back to her. It's a complicated process, Bob, and then she'll combine them, and then one goes to Jason, and somewhere in there, we get copies of the staff's evaluation. I'll have to remind her, remember those pages we get, the anonymous ones? So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that you will see a package from Sandy Seeger in the next week or so that will be to proceed with that so that Jason can get his step increase on time.
Okay.
Yay.
Have they missed any days?
All right, that brings us down to new business C, the Apex contract for asset management. So I'll let you take that, Jason.
Yeah, we're gonna be, this is an asset management program of all of our structures and everything that we have within the system for wastewater and water. The wastewater, when you go for the SRF funding, any SRF funding, they want you to have an asset management program.
Third party.
Yeah, so, and this will be in-house, we'll keep track of it here. It's just the state's gonna be giving money out, and if we can get that grant, that would be great.
Okay.
So it could be, we could have to do a match for it, but we'd have to put that before, in our budget for next year. But we can also use personnel, so we can use salaries to match that. So if for some reason we have to go out and we have to GPS different things in the wastewater, or we could have a field personnel going out with one of the people that do the asset management grant, and that would supplement our 50%
Yeah.
that we have to put in.
Any other questions? So, and I wrote to you and Sandy, I was just a little confused by the expiration date on the contract. The agreement starts on July 7th and ends on July 26th. And I understand that was put there because that's the due date for the initial SRF application, which is the 25th.
Correct.
But, I mean,
We're
isn't...
gonna extend it.
It's gonna be FY '26?
We're gonna extend it for the fiscal year, just in case there's any other information they
Right.
may need.
So the end date on the one we sign
Is different.
is different?
Yes.
So does it say
It will reflect the new date,
June 30th, 26?
yes.
Okay, all right. Other than that, hey, that's great.
There's one other minor change that made, no, not that one. Yeah.
All right, not that
I'm
one.
thinking about something else.
Anybody else have any questions or input on the asset management? Then I would look for a vote to approve it. It'll be one of the things we'll be signing at the end of the meeting.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, second Judith, all in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye, so that's 5-0. All right, next is, well, it's another year of the contract with Waterworks Consulting, who is Dan. And we...
Who'd you say it is?
Dan.
Oh,
Yeah, well, he's doing, right now, he's, remember, we hired him to update our water rate tables,
oh, yeah.
and that's also why any input from the capital plan, see, we'll send that over to him now. That's part of the water rate thing, so he puts the amounts in the right year, so we know what the rates have to be, so it's all tied together. And there were a couple of other things he was involved in with Jason, but also he'll be involved in this sticky bedroom issue that has just recently surfaced.
I move we approve the contract.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye, so that's 5-0. And we'll be signing that as well. The next thing that was in our packet was the sanitation survey, sanitary report. I'll let the board go first. I did go through it. I'm going to start while people are looking. So, naturally, I focused more on the pages that talked about deficiencies and things we have to correct. And I have to admit, what I should have done, I should have looked back at our previous one, to see how it compared. But It was actually on page 3, for folks looking, that they start, oh no, I'm sorry, it was on page 25, I'm sorry. On page 25, you'll find the summary of findings, and that's where it talks about certain deficiencies and certain things that over a period, some 120 days, some others that we have to correct. So I'll let Jason take it from there. Page 25. And we don't have to vote on this, this is just our, for our information. Oh, wait a minute, maybe, well, I'll get to that in a minute.
Page 25.
Yeah.
So this is the cybersecurity assessment and evaluation for the deficiencies. That, I will have a free evaluation with the EPA. And then, once that, the assessment is done with the EPA, I have a meeting with Mass DEP, and I will bring in our IT, Rich. I will also bring in a SCADA consultant, Dustin, and they basically want to make sure that all of our cybersecurity is in check. So all of our computers are secure, all of our login information is secure, so dual authentication, whereas when you log in, you get, a text message sent back to your phone number, and you have to put a number in. So they want to make sure that that is, that we're really good to go there.
And I noticed that they say that that's not a significant deficiency, but it's on the list. But the only thing that concerned me is that they had the due date of August 30th, 25, and I don't know how you turn anything around by.
Is this something new?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
cybersecurity.
cybersecurity has become something, in the industry, they're really, DEP and the EPA are taking a part in, yes.
Oh.
So I just have to have my appointments with them by the 30th.
Have you
Yeah.
tried to make the appointment?
I'm waiting to hear back from the EPA.
Because they've laid off so many people.
I'm waiting to hear
that's
back.
true.
I've emailed them 3 times now about this free cybersecurity. And they have, I think it's General Dynamics that's doing the free assessment. And so they outsource that to someone else. So I'm waiting to hear back from them. And I have a call into Michelle to say, hey, I'm scheduling all of this.
Yeah.
So, and they just, once I have this scheduled, all I do is sign a piece of paper, send it to Michelle, saying that we've done this, we have scheduled it. So there is no, they just want to make sure that the assessment, this assessment is done, or it's actually on the books to be done.
Interesting.
So then I come to the one for labeling our tanks. And I believe that was the one with 120 days to do it.
That is complete,
Oh, that's complete.
yes.
All right, great.
Yep. So the sodium hypochlorite was labeled. It was labeled on the wall in front of the tank and not on the tank.
Ah,
So everybody that comes in and does, I think that comes in and does something a little bit different, looks at things a little bit different. It was labeled, it just wasn't labeled on the tank. So we had all the labels ordered and on their way here before she left.
great.
Yeah.
So then, my last comment, if the board has others, they're welcome, but is on the final page, which looks like at some point, not today, the water commissioners will sign off on this last one, page 26, telling them that we have completed whatever steps are required. The next page, no?
Right.
Yeah,
This page right here?
yeah.
That will be sent in. when I have the dates for my appointments with the assessment.
So you're saying it's sufficient for you to sign it, Jason, which
Yeah.
is fine with us. All right, so we won't,
Yep,
All right.
I can sign that.
we don't have to juggle the timing when
Yeah.
the cyber's done. All right, so.
Is the asterisk item about groundwater rule part mentioned in here? Is that just informational only, or
That,
are we affected by that?
I think that was
Oh,
the
the
labels
groundwater?
on the chemicals.
No, I think, oh, you think that was?
yeah,
it?
that was the chemicals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's chemicals.
So the only thing I would ask would be that when this final form goes out, this page 26, you know, I would like a copy of that.
Of this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
When it
absolutely.
goes out, that's
Sure.
all I'm saying. Does the board have any further questions? It's a long report. I
Yeah.
glanced at it, but I won't pretend that I, plus a lot of it, I don't know what it means.
I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow I thought they were moving all the cyber stuff under Homeland Security. I could be wrong.
Oh, I hope not.
No, I think that was their answer to everything.
I don't
And
know.
we already went through the grinder pump things, so it looks like we're down to superintendent's report.
No, we've hit a lot of them, going through everything.
That's
Yeah.
all right.
We won't
So
complain.
It might be,
Say you
it
have
might be a little
nothing.
short here. We did Route 28, Phase 1, Phase 2. There's no news on the west portion of it. The east portion, the comments are due today, so we did that. Station 10, the new well, that will actually be 14? 15, yeah. They're working on that, and they're working on the groundwater model, the calibration on that. So we have gotten some information from Brewster, because we're next to Brewster, how much they pump and everything.
You know, I just remembered something. We had an article a couple of years ago, it's dropped off the plan, that was for well maintenance, 150,000, and I don't think we've spent a penny out of it. I have the actual capital request in here somewhere, and we might be able to tap into that. We'll have to look at other needs rather than even putting in a new amount. You know what I'm saying, for the actual well. I don't remember what the issue was that prompted us to have that. I'll need this back, but you'll see, there's 150 grand. I think we can,
That might be for routine maintenance, so that may be the rehabilitation, yeah. FY '25, well rehabilitation.
but I don't think we've spent a penny. I think it got,
I think
with the change in supers, I think it got pushed aside. Just something to think about, I just remembered it.
Yeah.
So that would be in its own article, put aside somewhere.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
just something to think about. Okay, super,
We are working with Apex on a hydraulic model, so there's a lot of different things that go into that. We have pump data that goes in, valves open, closed, any valves that are stuck. We have to do billing, we have to give them water use data, things like that. So we're compiling all that information, and we're working with Apex on the hydraulic model currently. So we're trying to get that up and going. Let's see. The Brewster observation well is 32.06. It keeps going down, which it will. It's gonna, so we're gonna be, they have not moved us from basically they're in a drought, or in a,
Mild drought, right?
yeah.
so I have some information on that. Just on Friday, they announced us, they moved us from significant drought to mild drought.
Oh, really?
Doesn't change where we sit with restrictions or anything, but it's not bad news, you know? So that's a good thing, so.
So, yes. So we're still there. The garage storage building, we talked about that.
Mhm.
The sewer Bay Road is scheduled for completion on the road. They're saying by the end of July. I don't know when the Casey's will be hooked up to that. That should be sometime within the first week of August, end of July, somewhere that I don't know on the progress that they're making on the road.
Do they need a grinder pump?
No, they do not.
Good.
That is good. Yes. And the grinder pump policy, we went over that with Mark. He just texted me now and said Laura could go through the sections and name the sections if we would like. So,
We told
and
them.
she's gonna review all the sections
Yeah.
and maybe put a couple sections together, name those sections and put everything in, so.
And then we'll
That's
have
okay.
another round.
Yep,
Yeah.
and they're gonna work on that.
That was good having them here, by the way, that helped a lot, thank you for that planning.
Yeah, when we were talking about this, I had a meeting yesterday when he just got all this back, because I wanted to get this in front of the board, so him and he said, you want me to come? And I said, yeah, why not? So, yeah.
No,
Tank bid, that should be all, should be done next week.
the 24th, I'll be there, or I'll be here,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
That's when we open,
So,
yeah.
so looking forward to getting that bid and having that project
And
ready
let's
to
hope
go.
it's less than 1.6 million,
Right.
now that we took our money back.
Yeah,
So that's why I'll be here.
yeah. And that does it for me.
And so I wanted to ask you about our department picture, photo.
Yes.
Department photo, we have scheduled for the 25th, as long as no one takes the day off. And if not, we'll try and schedule it.
Did I notice is that a
This
new
is-
fence out there?
That's a new fence up.
And they've been cleaning up the area for us.
Yeah,
Isn't that
see?
nice? See?
Started
And they're
getting
taking them
fountains and
right.
fences.
Yeah, I know it.
Our t-shirts and.
Took a little while for you to get me going, Bob,
I
but we're
did.
moving that.
We were thinking about having the picture out in front of the building here,
Uh-huh.
and we just painted all the
Yeah,
trim out in
you
the
really-
front.
that was so great.
Yeah.
Remember one time I was just asking about the door and they did all that? It's
Yeah,
like they
so-
listened to us, you know, it's cute.
So
So,
July 25th, right?
so,
I will send out, let me check, let me nail that date down today, and I will send out an email to
And
everyone.
what time are you thinking?
7?
What time is good, what time in the morning is good for everyone here?
What
It's
time,
more
what
for
time
you
is good
guys.
for the staff?
It's a picture, we can figure it out.
Say 7:30.
Okay.
7:30?
What's he taking?
It's our yearbook picture.
It's a what?
It's our yearbook picture
Oh,
8 o'clock.
of the staff and us in the building and,
Is 8 good for you?
oh, I didn't know
I think
that.
so.
yeah, we told, it was on the
Yeah, he
agenda.
brought it up.
15.
Oh, is this the first time?
Yeah, it's the first time.
No, no, he
that's
brought
the guy
this up
from
many
Maya.
times.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, as
First
a,
time.
Oh, for a department photo.
yeah,
8:30.
8:30?
8:30, okay,
But I'm gonna
8:30?
nail that down today.
okay.
Oh,
Does that mean that the staff has to hang around for an hour and a half?
There's plenty to do, yeah.
Okay, I'm just asking, that's
It's gonna
fine.
take an hour and a half to, oh, I see what
No,
you're
we
saying,
don't
before
get
they
there
get
till
on the road.
8:30.
We're gonna have the wind tunnels and, you know.
Yeah,
you have to wear something
there's plenty to do.
Of course, you can show up at 7.
There you go. Maybe 6 would be better. 8:30, you said?
And, I mean, so we're just casual, is that the
Yeah, or
deal?
whatever. Are we getting t-shirts or t-shirts on? You know, Karen next door does the t-shirts for everybody in town, I guess, the other departments. I don't know if you
We'll
make
see,
that-
we were thinking, we didn't know if we'd have enough time to
Right,
get everything ordered
sizes
and everything, so
Yeah,
that was a tough one.
all right.
We gotta tell everybody to wear their best.
I think casual is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, great. All right, commissioners report. Alan? Commissioners report?
I'm good.
Okay. Judith?
Just had a number of people ask me if Harwich is gonna do what Falmouth has been doing with the urine displacement toilets.
I don't know.
Falmouth,
What is it?
they've gotten a number of grants over the years, and they recently got a new one to have, I think they're public bathrooms, so like at beaches, urine, what are they called? Urine diverting, thank you, not displacement. Yeah,
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, do I?
I don't know anything about it.
Well,
I will get some info
There you
and
go.
send it to you, and you
But,
can,
so, I mean, in general, what is it like a compost toilet or?
no, it just, so it takes the urine, so the urine is like one of the major problems, right, with the nitrogen? And it collects it, I guess,
Yeah,
and
diverts it into a separate tank and
it gets picked up.
it
And
gets
this-
picked up
Yeah.
and turned into fertilizer.
And,
Is this for septics and sewer too?
Either or.
Yeah.
And I know like the town of Chatham has had a couple,
Well, it's being built as an alternative to having to install sewers.
Oh,
I
okay.
see.
or at least to reduce
Yeah.
the nitrogen when you can't build a $40 million sewer
Right.
overnight,
Yeah.
Right.
right?
And so there's a grant for this?
They received a grant this year from, I think, Mass DEP or the Clean Energy Center or one of them, one of the state.
So I'd love to read about them, but if it's about decreasing nitrogen in general, it's not really in our charge, since we do phase two.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying
Okay.
that because it's a toilet,
Yeah.
people were asking if we
Yeah.
were going to be exploring that.
Okay.
Maybe it's a select board
I think it's a
question.
select board thing, but I
Never
always like
hurts
it
to
when
be
they talk
familiar.
about
But
toilets.
you know,
like
it's
Yeah.
like you're in the grocery store and they
You got
know
it.
you,
That's right.
they know you're
I
that
heard
flush
about that.
lady,
I
turn
heard
the
about
faucet
that
on or
fr-
flush.
That frozen food aisle where you guys
yeah.
hang out. I heard about that.
Don't you been watching our meetings?
I
Yes.
have been, yeah.
Yeah.
You should have run, you should have been on that.
No, I chose not to. I like to watch, but those type of topics are too contentious to me. They really, no thank you.
So far, we're being very
Yeah.
polite.
Huh?
So far, we're being very polite.
This is the charter?
Yeah.
Besides, I spent a year on that committee, so
Yeah.
I've done my time. Bob,
Nothing, I'm good.
John?
Who's responsible for they figure out for Casey?
That is still in the works.
By the town legal?
That's still in legal.
All right.
What's, I'm sorry.
Who's gonna pay for it?
Oh.
What the,
I
who's
gotcha.
responsible for the
Yeah,
problem
yeah,
there?
I didn't hear it. I have nothing. So, boy, that was a busy agenda. We did
Yeah,
it
we got through
exactly
it.
2 hours. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So
So moved.
Second.
Second.
You got in there.
All in favor?
Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all in fa-
I
yeah.
could just, briefly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
With the LC, the local comprehensive plan, we're coming up to finalizing the draft and circulating it. We'll get it to you.
Oh, good.
Starting to have public hearings with people in the public, in front of the Board of Selectmen, and to the extent that you want somebody to come back after we get the draft sent out to you, if they see some things you want to make comment in, give me a call and
Sure.
we'll set up a time to come.
And as you know, this board did, quite a bit of heavy digging back in last January and February. And I've got a feeling those sections probably stayed, the ones we sent over,
Yeah.
intact. So if you
Yeah.
can send it, I mean, I know it's online, but if you
Yeah,
can send me
sure.
something, then it reminds
Well,
the brain to do it, or,
There's there's parts of it that are still in flux.
Right, yeah,
And
whatever.
One of
Stay
the other
with it.
parts that is still in flux is we have to have a section on capital plans. And so
Right.
as you formalize yours, that'll be sort of a last-in
Yeah.
revision.
Sure.
To the extent that you change
Yeah,
your capital plan.
Anything you want, let us know and we'll take it up.
Okay.
So now we'll
I'll
take
leave it
the
on that
adjourn
note.
again, 11:02.